It is a beautiful morning here in Coral Gables at Moda Miami, and we are celebrating a lot this year at the show, but my favorite class, of course, is 20 years of the Bugatti Veyron. 20 years ago, the cars came to market. Mine's a 2012, but here we have all four versions of the car represented. We've got Tyler Hoover's 16.4 Coupe, my 16.4 Grand Sport, the Targa or open roof version, the Super Sport, and the Grand Sport Vitesse. But the coolest thing is that I get to figure out if I actually bought the right one, because 3 years ago, I tried to buy this exact Super Sport. There's only 7 US Super Sports and only 14 Grand Sports like mine. And this car is gorgeous. Probably the greatest spec any Bugatti could ever be, in my opinion. Bare carbon, orange accents, orange interior, and ultimately I just couldn't get the deal put together. Now, as the financing got better and as I moved more cars, fortunately, in doing the deal that I did last year, I was able to keep most of my other stuff. Back then it would have been just keep the Verde Draco car, have the Super Sport, which would have been the ideal two-car solution by my approximation, but I am very happy with the complexion of the garage as it has worked out. So I drove my car down from Atlanta. I'm well over 3,000 miles put on it since I bought it, almost to 15,000 miles total. After we leave here, it's going back to Bugatti Broward for some servicing, do a few things that they needed to do before I picked it up, program the key, finally get my speed key working, and then I'll come back in a few weeks to drive it home to Atlanta. But let's go look at the Super Sport and decide if I made the right decision. Now, even though this one would be easily confused with one of the 5 World Record Edition cars, it's actually not one of those. It was sort of done as a tribute to those cars, which would have had the same bare carbon body with orange accents, but they would have a black interior and a black oval grille in the horseshoe on the front of the car. This has the red logo and an orange interior, which I think is awesome. Now, you will notice, like a lot of cars of that vintage, maybe the color shades a little bit off between the leather on the interior and the exterior tangerine paint, but I still think it is spectacular. You do notice that it has the Nakaducks on the roof as opposed to the snorkels that the normal 16.4 cars and the Grand Sport Vitesse has. But I mean, just a perfectly aerodynamic car, 268 miles an hour as compared to 253 in my car and Tyler Hoover's. But holy cow, what a thing to behold. Now you will notice immediately that it also has the same wheels as my car. Of the 14 US Grand Sports, of all the worldwide Grand Sports, mine's the only one that came with that Super Sport wheel design, which I think is super cool. And it is the same kind of two-tone polished or diamond polished face with the color matched accents. And so the other one has orange, mine are obviously red, mine's all red. And I don't know, it's one of these things that, you know, it's just a personal preference, but I think that is the best wheel design that they put on the Veyron. Another thing that you'll notice is that mine has the clear tail lamps that are generally associated with the 1200 horsepower cars. Mine seems to be the first Veyron that they were put on by the factory, which is super duper cool. All the Grand Sports have the updated headlights, and Tyler's has had them put on after the fact. So all the cars here have the updated LED headlights, which makes the car look, I think, a little bit more modern. But I think ultimately they are all such cool, such special cars. And as we continue to celebrate what the Veyron means in the world of supercars and hypercars, there is so much being done to get the cars out there, to have them driven, to get them serviced more easily. Cheaper tires are coming. There is a lot to be excited about in the world of Bugatti Veyron. What is this that I don't have?
Look, oh, see, this is what you didn't get.
I didn't get this.
See this, the EB?
Yeah. Oh, it's got my initials on
yeah.
it even. I'm not gonna take it. I promise I'm not going to steal this from you.
This is, you know, to give it that finished look.
Right, mine is
Comes
unfinished.
in 3 pieces.
In every sense of the word.
So many people have said that to me. They walked by, they said, is this what the unfinished look?
That's right. Yeah, this is like a halfway built version of your car, right?
Yeah. So it's not working right on this end.
I'll take it then.
Yeah.
So this would be an extended wind deflector for when you've got the roof off. He also has the soft top that I did not get when I got mine. Now his is a spectacular Vitesse, blue carbon, pearlescent white. The other wheel design that was unique to most of the Vitesse cars with the painted inset, the same way as the Super Sport, the same as mine. Now, admittedly, mine had been painted all black, and so we had to repaint it to emulate the factory finish, despite the internet telling me it's the ugliest thing that's ever happened to a vehicle. And so we did it with the wheels, with the tires on. And so it's not the greatest paint job, but you know, it gets the job done. But you've got the blue carbon interior. Whew, how many miles do you have on the car?
3,800. 2,000 of them are mine.
There we go. That's how you do it.
And we're using it.
Mine had this really terrible black vinyl there that they had tried to make it look complete, and it did not. So we recently removed that, put the clear bra on it to protect it.
You want to take a look at the top?
Sure, let's look at it.
Oh, check this out.
Oh, his.
So that's the piece that goes in like the umbrella
Oh,
that you spin to then open up the top. And then once you open up the top,
it looks like a
this is
carbon
right
fiber
here.
cattle press. Oh, it stays there to support it. No.
Then once you put the whole thing on and clip it in,
Yeah.
then you take this out.
And the penguin kills Batman with it.
Exactly. Not a bad weapon. Okay.
Oh wait, it has a special bag? Look at the bag. Oh my goodness, yes. This is way better than the Mercy Roadster top. Look at that.
So let me show you this.
Okay.
Hold my
I will hold
baton.
this.
Yeah.
I wonder how much this would cost if I asked Bugatti to make me a
don't
new
even
one.
ask.
It's got to have been sourced from some boat cover company or something. You think it's proprietary?
Yeah, this is really interesting. Okay, watch this.
Oh my goodness. Look at this.
It's like an umbrella. So check this out. You take this,
Oh my.
you put it in. Now watch this. This is the key. Okay, you see that?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I need this. Oh, so you snap it down. Oh my goodness.
Why is that staying down, Ed?
It's probably ruined, and you should throw it in that trash can. And
red trash?
Yep, and
Yeah.
it'll stay there for
Okay,
sure,
come on.
and not one.
This does work because I've done it so many times.
All right, catch that. Push this down.
I hate to step on it, but this is
It's
what
probably
was doing. Oh, there it is.
oh,
There it is.
stepping on it was probably the key.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, so watch this.
Oh, open
Ed,
it.
you gotta open the door.
It's a two-player.
It's a two-person
It's a
job.
team effort. Ooh, I like your metal door handles.
Okay. Go. Oh, here.
And I'll go.
Wait, hold this. I gotta take that other thing off now.
Oh, now we have the old thing. Well, so it's halfway off already, I see.
Yeah.
I'm walking around with this all day long. It weighs a lot. I wonder how fast you can go. Oh, it has a warning. Don't go more than 100 miles per hour with it in.
Okay.
I wonder if it dings.
Now, see, this is also not a bad umbrella either.
No, it's not. This is excellent.
Okay, so now we come around. Your side in, you got it?
I've got it.
Okay, the front goes in first, just like the top.
I'm there.
Okay, now this goes in like the bottom. Now, why isn't it
My
going
side's
in?
not snapping, is it? We get the
You
eye.
gotta play with it.
Got to play with it. I like playing.
There it is. There
Oh.
it is.
Success.
Okay,
It's
well,
even got my initials on the top of
you
it.
get the idea. Now watch this, Ed.
Yep.
This is the part I like. This. Well, wait a second.
And you no longer have the pole, and
Exactly.
it goes back to its duty in stabbing people.
Yeah.
This seems like it would be easy in the rain.
I think you have to forecast that in advance.
That's it. What a thing. Thank you so much. I had never seen one in person.
Yeah, you know.
Amazing.
So,
Well, thank you for
no, I
the
hope
tutelage.
You could get one of these someday.
I'm sure one will pop up on eBay, probably out of Little Uzi Vert's underwear drawer.
Mr. Ed Bolian from VinWiki. Good to see you, man.
Great to see you again.
It's
Absolutely.
been a while, guys. One time I saw him at We Are Curated down in
That's right.
Miami, and he was doing some Bugatti shopping. Now he ended up with this red one. Congratulations on the new car, man.
Thank you so much. What's your favorite car here?
The Veyron Super Sport.
Oh, you got to rub that one in. I had almost put a deal together 3 years ago to buy that car, and I think I
That's
saw
when
you
we-
there.
yeah,
You
that's
were
when we met you,
exactly.
man.
Yep, you are in some VinWiki pictures in the background as that car was there for a pre-purchase inspection. Unfortunately, I was not able to put that deal together, and so I ended up with this one, which I'm quite pleased with. It's 7 figures less money, and the roof comes off. So what more could be better?
Hey, man. So good talking to you again.
Great to see you again,
It's
Gavin.
been 3 years
I
since
know
I've
it.
seen you, man.
Not so
It's-
long next time.
it's
Come to
great
Atlanta.
see you.
So we are half of the Veyron class celebrating 20 years of the Bugatti Veyron
The lower
today.
half.
The
The
lower
much
end.
lower half.
That's exactly
Yes.
right. So you have now had your car for several months now. So
Yes.
you just put the license plate on for the first time
I
today.
did. I was rocking an expired temporary tag for about a month. And,
Riding
yeah,
dirty.
now it's here and about 1,700 miles, so about half of what you've driven, I
But
think,
still,
right?
that's a lot. I mean,
Yes.
probably more than the last few owners have put on it.
Right.
So how do you feel?
pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the poorest Bugatti owner standing next to the second poorest Bugatti owner.
I think we have
Very
to
much.
arm wrestle for that title,
Yes.
but it is pretty amazing that we have managed somehow. And look, they're making them look even better.
Isn't that
Right
nice?
behind us here at
Mhm.
Moda. And yeah, I mean, have you had any issues with the wheels and tires?
No, other than you constantly reminding me that my car will explode at any moment because I have aftermarket wheels and tires on it, it has been fine. It has been totally fine.
Well, I'm pleased to
I
hear
have
that.
the little leak from the axle that I knew about when I bought it.
Yes.
I guess yours are much more.
Mine are significantly leaking, so my
Yeah.
plan is that I'm probably just going to have them rebuilt. There's a drive shaft shop in Atlanta that Cameron uses that he says can handle it, and so I'm going to send them pictures once they get it up in the air from Broward and make sure they feel comfortable, because the axles are 30 grand a side, $60,000.
Well, isn't one more expensive than the other because it has something attached to it
Because
or
it
whatever?
comes with like part of the diff. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Obscene.
Exactly. So my expectation, based on what they've told me from Broward, is that they're going to do plugs and coils and the coolant, which is like $25,000, and then I'm doing the accumulators for the transmission and just an oil change, and which is probably still going to be 10 grand.
Because mine was done, it was misdiagnosed for the ignition. Well, eventually it was misdiagnosed because of the transmission.
Right.
And they replaced the transmission and realized, oh, the transmission's still not shifting. It was just the shifter, which was $8,000 the shifter itself, but a lot better than a $100,000 plus, transmission job.
Which reflected goodwill from them, because the rumor has always been that a gearbox is 250 grand.
Right.
And so like 100 or whatever they charge per end was going to be like the friends and family deal.
Well, and they also told him that it needed plugs and coils because of misfires, but he had an independent shop do it for, I think it was like $12,000 or $13,000.
But sometimes when you do that, the dealer still has to do some initialization procedure. And so one of the most exciting things about the Veyron, now that it's turning 20 years old, is that a lot of independent shops are gaining some traction with the ability to do things. The factory is understanding that some of us really need to cut some corners with the standard maintenance schedule.
Yeah.
And so it's getting a little bit more economical to maintain them. But I mean, you gave up some meaningful cars where amidst the Countach class
Right,
here that you are no longer a member of. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay. I had 4 years of fun with that, and the Z8, it's okay. I wasn't driving that car all that much anymore. But yeah, I don't like the idea of every time I have to do a service, I'm gonna have to sell another big car, and then I'm just down to nothing. So hopefully, yeah, I can. You can be the guinea pig on all that stuff, and then I can just go where you go as far as fixing. But back to that misfire thing, they were wrong about the misfires, because what was causing it was the evaporative emissions code.
Okay, they do run EGTRs, yes.
And that was sending fuel vapors into the one bank, causing misfires. So my $10 fix with the Volkswagen Jetta purge valve fixed the misfires. So it didn't need the $14,000 tune-up or whatever. And once again, misdiagnosed again, all because of a $10 Jetta purge valve that this thing's rocking with no check engine light. So
we're going to give Bugatti Broward some credit. They're going to do a great job with mine next week. I have no doubts whatsoever. And they're going to give me a speed key that works, finally, as part of the initial WIO.
How about that?
Now, 3 years ago, I tried to buy that Super Sport, that exact car.
It's very yummy.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a lot more valuable than. Oh, yours is blue?
Where's your key?
Oh, it's here. But mine, they did get me a red one. So I have the Bentley style key.
Do you want to touch tips?
But yes, that's it. But yeah, you have a speed key that works.
Mhm.
Not that either of us have anywhere to go 250 miles an hour on, but soon I shall as well. We have more completeness, more functionality, and we both have Veyrons.
Yes.
Now, another interesting moment in my Bugatti's past is that it was sold by R.D. Whittington of Wires Only, and his uncles were Don and Bill Whittington, the legendary Whittington brothers and Porsche racers. Now, John Ficarra told the story on VinWiki about another one of their cars that ran at Le Mans, but one of the 935s was the Road Atlanta livery car. They actually bought Road Atlanta because it was the only track that they could find that they could buy with a long enough straight to land the drug planes on. And so this car is super duper cool. It was recently restored back to that livery from a Budweiser livery by one of the former owners of my Verde Draco LP640. And so it's super cool to see it out there. Obviously a very fresh looking race car, different than something that was as campaigned and things like that, but you never know what you're going to stumble across here at Moda. So it's been an amazing weekend here in Miami for Moda. I had a great road trip down in the middle of the week. The car has done really, really well, but I'm back here at Bugatti Broward where I bought the car just a few months ago and about 3,000 miles ago. And we are gonna do a few things that were sort of left over from when I bought the car. They're gonna program a second new key, as well as I'll finally have a functional speed key for the Bugatti Veyron. So that involves replacing what I guess is the Volkswagen Touareg airbag key, made to look all pretty, and a few other things. They're going to do plugs and coils and some coolant flush and things of that nature. So we're going to have a nice service. They're going to do the accumulators for the transmission, because when you open the door, it primes for too long. That'll give me a little better shift pressure and things like that. But ultimately, in a few weeks, I'll be back down here to Miami to pick the car up, road trip it back home, and it will be in a much better, more reliable, and more complete state. So I'm very grateful to Abe and the team at Bugatti Broward Sales, certainly as well to Juan in Orlando and the whole team in Bugatti Broward Service. They are the people to go if you are looking for your next Bugatti or to fix the one that you've got. And I'll be road tripping home soon. I also want to thank Auto Tempest for supporting this video and a lot of content this year on VinWiki, including some upcoming car trek adventures. And so if you're looking for your next car, check out autotempest.com. It is honestly where I found this car as soon as it popped up, because they compile the results from all the major listing sites into one place, and that's how you can find it faster than anybody else, make your shrewd negotiation efforts, and end up with exactly the car that you're looking for. Check them out now, autotempest.com, all the cars, one search.